Hi, you're watching Bloomberg Quint. Now, there were several announcements today with respect to income tax on salaried individuals, and you're probably trying to make sense of all of them. Now, I'll take you through each of them and tell you how it affects you. But first, a caveat. All of the proposals that were announced in the budget today will only be implemented in the next financial year by the new government. Now, let's talk about the headline change. The benefit that Piyush Goyal announced for those with taxable income up to 5 lakh rupees. It's easy to confuse this measure with a change in the tax slabs. That isn't what this proposal is all about. To understand how this works, let's take two base cases. Here's number one. Assume your gross income is 6.5 lakh rupees. Now, over the course of the year, you make contributions to the Provident Fund and make use of other deductions available under Section 80C. This will bring your taxable income to 5 lakh rupees. Now, because the tax slabs remain the same, your taxable income between 2.5 and 5 lakh rupees is taxed at 5%. That amounts to 12,500 rupees. If today's proposal is implemented, you'll get a tax rebate on this entire amount, and you will therefore pay no tax in this situation. Now let's look at the second case. Assume your gross income stands at 10 lakh rupees for the year. After availing the deductions under Section 80C, your taxable income is now 8.5 lakh rupees. In this case, you get no tax rebate and you'll pay the full 12,500 rupees of tax on your income between 2.5 and 5 lakh rupees. And in addition to that, you will also pay the 20% on the income between 5 and 8.5 lakh rupees. That amounts to a total tax for the year of 82,500 rupees. Now let's take a look at the second change that the Finance Minister announced. He raised the standard deduction on income tax paid by salaried individuals to 50,000 rupees from 40,000 rupees. Now, this standard deduction was introduced in the last budget and it replaced the separate deductions that were available for transport and medical costs. So last year, the benefit went from a total of 34,200 rupees to 40,000 rupees. And if this proposal is implemented in the full budget, it will go to 50,000 rupees in the next financial year. This is basically an automatic deduction from your total gross income. Now, the third change announced by Goyal is the threshold for tax deducted at source for interest income from various deposits, and that will be raised to 40,000 rupees from 10,000. What that means is that if you're earning interest on bank deposits of up to 40,000 in a year, tax will not be deducted at source. You're probably wondering how this is beneficial. It helps those who ordinarily have to file a tax return to get a refund if tax has been deducted at source and if they don't fall under any taxable bracket. Now, the final change relates to a rule that you're probably not familiar with. So let me first explain the current rule. If you have two houses which you and your family are using by yourselves, you have to pay tax on the notional rent that you would receive on one of them. That is, you'd have to pay tax on one house based on the rental income that you would have earned if you had put it out on rent. Now, Goyal proposes to do away with this tax if you have two houses and not more. And finally, a quick mention on long-term capital gains. Under the current rules, if you earn long-term capital gains of up to 2 crore on selling a house, you can reduce your tax liability by investing that amount in another house. If Goyal's proposals are executed, you will be allowed to invest in not one, but 2 houses. But you'll only be allowed to do that once in a lifetime. Well, that's all the changes. If you've still got questions or if you want to tell us what you think about those changes, do let us know in the comment section. This is Bloomberg Quint.